It's been roughly 1 week since the Indian team was announced for the Sri Lanka series. I wanted to create this video after listening to both sides. The press conference between Gautam Gambhir and Ajit Agarkar clarified certain questions around why certain player was not included and what is the reasoning behind the captaincy decision. First, the captaincy of the Indian T20 team. Hardik Pandya was the vice captain of the Indian team in the recently concluded World Cup, which India was victorious. The reason which the selectors have given is 1. His fitness, and 2. his lack of availability for each series. And also the third interesting point is feedback from the team. Hardik Pandya was the key member of the Indian team in the recently concluded World Cup. He played key roles with both bat and ball. After having such a successful World Cup, logically you would think that he would be the next Indian captain for the T20I team. But he's been removed. What has changed from the World Cup to this 1 month leading up to the Sri Lanka series? I think the selectors have answered that. For me, Hardik Pandya should have been the captain of the Indian T20I squad. If you roll back few years, after the 2022 World Cup in Australia, India had appointed Hardik as the T20I captain, starting with the New Zealand series, followed by the Sri Lanka series in India. Now, both the series were won by India and India had a successful run. Here's a text from one of the interviews Hardik had given after being appointed as the T20I captain end of 2022. He clearly says that this is my team, and following that, what happened was India went for the IPL in 2023, and after the IPL, India was preparing for the 50 over World Cup. And Rohit Sharma came back as the captain of India, and during the World Cup, Hardik Pandya got injured and he didn't take part in the World Cup again. So post World Cup, Surya takes up the captaincy for the T20I squad, and KL Rahul takes up the captaincy of the ODI team in Rohit's absence. After that, Rohit Sharma comes back as the T20I captain in 2024 and he wins it for India along with vice captain. Remember, vice captain Hardik Pandya. Now, what has changed between then and now? That's what I want to know. Write in your comments on what you think is the real reason behind Hardik Pandya not being considered as the T20I captain of India. Is it lack of availability? Is it lack of fitness? Or is it something else? I feel the incident which happened in the IPL, the transfer from Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians, had something to do, but I don't know. That's just a speculation. Tell me in your comments what you feel is the right reason behind Hardik Pandya being dropped. Hardik Pandya should have been the captain of the Indian T20I side. Nothing against Surya, he's a lovely guy, but I think Hardik has that big match temperament. Next one I want to discuss is the vice captaincy decision. Shubman Gill has been appointed as the vice captain. The reasoning which the selectors have given is he's a all-format player. But for me, Shubman is not an all-format player. He's great in ODI. His record is almost Bradman-esque. The number of centuries, he's got a double century. The average is somewhere around the 60s and a very healthy strike rate. But I don't think he's a regular for the T20 and the Test team. I'll tell you the reason why. In the Test, I still think he has deficiency with the moving ball, especially in conditions like England, South Africa and New Zealand. And the T20I, his form hasn't been great. Even in the last IPL, his form was not great. Now next one is Yuzi Chahal. I don't know what else the man has to do to be in the Indian side. He was in the World Cup squad, but after World Cup, he's been just sidelined. At some point, his confidence is gonna get killed, or if it's already been killed, I don't know. But being excluded from the Indian T20 and ODI squad after the World Cup looks like the doors are getting closed on Chahal. Any individual who has to go through this would feel hard done by. My heart goes to him. I hope Yuzi, you stay strong, and at some point you're going to give up the Indian dream. And I guess the player would think, why should I play for India? You can easily play IPL. He's been performing so well, but the Indian team doesn't, or the Indian management doesn't seem to need him. So I guess can't blame him if he goes the other route of just playing the T20 leagues. So yeah, unfortunate for Yuzi. And even the press conference, they didn't say anything about Yuzi Chahal, why he was excluded. So yeah, hang in there, buddy. And next exclusion I found interesting was Abhishek Sharma. After scoring a squash-buckling 100 against Zimbabwe, I thought he would be part of the Indian T20 I scored. India needs a batsman like him in the top of the order, especially in the absence of Rohit Sharma, to take on those first 6 overs. After scoring 140 balls, I thought he should be part of the team. But again, there's been no clarification on why he's not there, which absolutely baffles me. I can't see a reason why he's been dropped. Only other reason I can think of is there are other openers in the team like Shubman, Gill, Jaiswal, and who else? I don't know. I can't sort of point out the reason why he was dropped, and none was given by this, by Agarkar as well. Another surprising exclusion was the omission of Sanju Samson from the ODI squad. Sanju scored a century in South Africa back in 2024 when India had lost 3 wickets, and he played a beautiful innings guiding India through to a score of around 290, and India won the match. That innings India lost like 3 wickets and India was in trouble, and Sanju came in and steadied the ship. He played beautifully, paced his innings beautifully to take India to a good respectable total, and India eventually went on to win the match. That was his last ODI outing, and now he doesn't find a spot in the ODI squad. He has been included in the T20 squad, but I think India missed a trick by not having him in the ODI squad. Okay, next one is, I think there has been a mix-up with this one. Mohammad Siraj and Harshit Rana. Now, Mohammad Siraj is seen as being included in the T20 squad, whereas Harshit Rana's name is included in the ODI squad. Now, any logical person would think that it should be the other way around. Harshit Rana's performance in the IPL was tremendous last year for KKR. Harshit Rana's performance in the IPL was terrific for KKR this season, and he has been omitted from the T20I squad. And Siraj, who I feel is a great ODI bowler, has been included in the T20I squad. So I feel that there's been a mix-up in names there. I think they got it mixed up or got confused with the names and the squad sheets. And the next one, which I was really surprised, was exclusion of Varun Chakravarthy. He played in KKR. He had a great season. He was one of the bowlers of the tournament for KKR, and he couldn't find a place in the T20I team. Also in the Zimbabwe series as well, he couldn't find a spot. That was very surprising, and I know India has 2 leg spinners or 2 mystery sort of spinners like Kuldeep and Bishnoi, but I really thought that Varun Chakravarthy deserves a place in the Indian T20I squad. And during the press conference, Ajit Agarkar and Gambhir both pointed out that Jaddu is not dropped. He's been given a rest. He's definitely in the scheme of things. So that is one clarification from the press conference. 2 main takeaways from this press conference is Gautam Gambhir pointed out that he needs a winning dressing room and a stable dressing room. And Ajit Agarkar pointed out that they are looking for 3 format players. For me, 3 format player doesn't really matter. If you are good at one format and you really excel at it, then he should be part of that team. It doesn't matter whether you are good at T20, ODI, or Test cricket. If you are good at particular format, then you should be selected. Moving further, I think 3 format players would be diminishing. I don't think everyone can, players can play all 3 format because of fitness and the timeline and also IPL in between. So 3 format players, I don't think it's a way forward in my opinion. Do let me know in your comments what do you think about the need for a 3 format player. And the next one I want to discuss is the coaching staff. Now, Gautam Gambhir has asked for 2 assistant coaches and 1 bowling coach. One of them will be Abhishek Nair and Ryan Tendeskate. The bowling coach currently, Siraj is going to be the interim bowling coach. In my opinion, I don't think there is a need for a foreign coach. There are plenty of Indian coaches around who knows the system, who is very good at their job. And And also main reason is communication. All the new Indian players, they don't speak English as their first language. So having a foreign coach will sort of block that communication line. None of the new or young players would be comfortable going and talking to a foreign coach as compared to an Indian coach. And look at the Indian coaches, they've done pretty well. Bharat Arun and some of the other coaches have been really great for Indian cricket for the past few years. So in my opinion, I don't think it's a great option to have foreign coach. Especially when you talk about Ryan Tendulkar, he's a specialist fielding coach. And they've decided to retain the current fielding coach because he's doing a great job. So I don't know what value would Ryan Tendulkar bring to the team as a fielding coach. And also the feedback I've got from different quarters of different coaches is foreign coaches do their job and then they go back to their room or wherever it is. They don't sort of have that personal connect with the team, especially when it comes to Indian team and Indian players. You need to have that rapport with the Indian players, especially when it comes to Indian team. You need to have that rapport, personal connect with the player. But with the foreign coaches, what happens is they're a little aloof or they're a little away. They're a little detached from the players. So I think it's not a good option to have a foreign coach at this stage, especially with the talent India has in the coaching side of things. And for the bowling coach, currently the interim coach is going to be Siraj, but I hear that Gautam Gambhir has asked for Mona Mokal as the bowling coach. Again, I don't think how he's going to contribute to the Indian team, especially when it comes to spin bowling. Imagine Mona Mokal talking to Ravi Ashwin and Jadeja on how to, what needs to improve in terms of spin bowling. So I don't think personally it will make any difference or it will have an impact. So I reckon India should stick to a Indian bowling coach than going for a foreign coach. Let me know your thoughts. This is my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on what you feel and put in the comments. I'll read each and every comment. And in terms of bowling coach, you have guys like Zahir Khan, who's very shrewd and astute and intelligent, and he has coached different teams in the IPL as well. So I feel India should stick to a domestic or Indian bowling coach or Indian coaches going forward. That's all I wanted to discuss with you guys today. Really disappointed that Hardik is not the captain of the T20I squad, but I hope Surya does a very good job and I wish him all the best. As you know, captaincy plays a key role in any team, especially during the big events. So I hope him all the best. And also for Sri Lanka series, looking forward to the 20I series, which is starting first. I'll let you know where you can see the match live. Unfortunately, I cannot because I've got 2 strikes from YouTube. But before the match, I'll do a preview of the match and a build-up, and I'll let you know where you can watch it live. So hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know in your comments what you think about the Indian team selection for the Sri Lanka series, and do subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thank you and see you soon.